This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Vendor killed, 3 others injured in St. James gun attack. A gun attack in downtown Montego Bay, St. James on Tuesday night has left 1 man dead and 3 others nursing gunshot wounds. The police have identified the deceased as 28-year-old Romario Smalling, a vendor of a Kingston address. According to the police, Smalling and 2 of his colleagues were sitting at their stalls in the vicinity of Sam Sharp Square at approximately 10:40 p.m. when they were pounced upon by armed assailants who opened fire at them. A woman was also shot during the attack as she attempted to run from the scene. They were all taken to the Cornwall Regional Hospital, where Smalling was pronounced dead and the others admitted in serious condition. The Barnett Street police are investigating. Wanted man held, 4 others ignore cops' wanted request. 1 of 5 wanted men listed on Tuesday by the St. Andrew South Police was held on Wednesday, the day they were supposed to turn themselves in. Raymond Grant, otherwise called Clement or Clempo, a car wash operator from Oakland Road in Kingston 11, was held by the Joint Anti-Gang Task Force. Grant was wanted for the murder of Rasheen Morgan, committed on Sunday, February 13, 2022, along Oakland Road. He was held during a targeted operation in the Maxfield Avenue area of St. Andrew, police said. The other 4 wanted men who were to report to the Hunts Bay Police by 3 p.m. on Wednesday still have not turned up. Senior Superintendent Kirk Rickett, the commanding officer for St. Andrew South, warned that the police are going all out to capture these and others engaged in criminal activities in the division. The other wanted men are Romario Grant, aka Kaka, from Nelson Road, Kingston 13. He is wanted for the murder of Delano Mesom, committed on Tuesday, May 18, 2021, along Nelson Road. Ronald Smith, aka Pop Skull or Skull, who is wanted for wounding with intent. Adrian Forbes, wanted for fraudulent conversation, committed on Wednesday, November 11, 2020, and Anthony Reynolds, aka Sonson, from Marlborough Avenue, New Haven, Kingston 20. He is wanted for the murder of Danique Salmon, committed on Thursday, October 7, 2021, along Riverside Drive in the community. The police are asking anyone with information on the whereabouts of these men to contact the Hunts Bay Police at 876-923-7111, Crime Stop at 311, or the nearest police station. Jamaica faces shortage of some critical medical supplies. The global shortage of medical supplies is hampering the distribution of some critical items to Jamaica's public hospitals. The news has been informed that the items in short supply include gloves, tapes, and surgical threads. Errol Green, Regional Director of the Southeast Regional Health Authority, explained that as soon as a shortage is reported, attempts are made to source the items. He acknowledged having a general shortage of some supplies, particularly those supplied by the National Health Fund.
We do have a general shortage of some supplies, particularly those that are supplied from the NHF. I'm in touch with the CEO of the NHF, and the moment that I get a response, the moment that I get a concern, rather, that there is a shortage, we would seek immediately to either source it on the general market, or NHF will do their best to expedite receipt of what they would have and distribute so that the services can be carried out.
Jamaica to advocate for global solutions to migration of healthcare workers. Jamaica will be sharing its concerns with the international community about the continuing migration of healthcare workers to the detriment of this and other developing countries. Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton asserted on Tuesday that Jamaica must provide global leadership on the issue of the scarcity of health workers amid increased migration of nurses and doctors. Dr. Tufton, making his contribution to the sectorial debate in Parliament, said the human resource issue represents the health system's most significant vulnerability as the world tries to grapple with a shortage of healthcare professionals, with mass overseas recruitment now a standard feature of filling vacancies. He said the Jamaican government continues to expand its infrastructure to improve the work environment and offer security of tenure to replace contract employment. But he added that this solves only part of the problem when there is a global scarcity of health skill sets, and wealthier countries will pay large sums to recruit Jamaican nurses. He told the House that he will be raising the issue with the international community in a few weeks when he chairs the Commonwealth Health Ministers Conference in London.
One of the lobbying initiatives that I intend to take on, and I will chair the Commonwealth Health Ministers meeting in London next month, go to the World Health Organization shortly after that in Switzerland. I do intend on Jamaica's behalf to lobby for greater attention in collaborating around human resource build out and training and the hardships that small countries like Jamaica will face from the mass recruitment of larger, more industrial countries of our professionals. Not to say that people cannot move, but if we're going to have a lopsided movement, it's going to make all of us vulnerable, as COVID has shown. And I think the time has come for us to have a conversation around that.
Police establishing strong team to counter criminals. The police force is establishing what it says will be a well-built team to provide operational and quick response support to its troops in Western Jamaica to counter a wave of bloodletting that the authorities are convinced is being driven by lottery scamming. Western Jamaica is the area where we are seeing an uptick in murders. It is what is accounting for the increase island-wide. The main issue facing the police, especially in St. James, is the violence that rises out of conflicts between people who are involved in lottery scamming. To that extent, we are developing an operational support team at the area level, Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson said, as he outlined the constabulary's response during a news conference at his office in St. Andrew on Tuesday. Stating that it will be quite a strong team, General Anderson said it will increase the constabulary's capacity to mount an operational response to the increase in violent conflicts. At the moment, we have another set of police going through quick response training to shore up Western Jamaica and other parts of the country, the commissioner stated. Between January 1 and April 26, the island recorded 463 murders, 78 of which were committed in St. James, while there were 48 in Westmoreland. Overall, compared to the same period last year, 2022 is seeing a 1.1% increase in killings, or 5 more than the 2021 figure from January to April. General Anderson added that the additional resources will serve to boost the police force's already active and successful operational mechanisms, as they have been smashing some of the operators of lottery scammers and other criminals in Western Jamaica. Just last week, more than US $3.8 million, or Jamaican $551 million, and Canadian $30,000, or Jamaican $3,336,000, were seized by the police during a raid at a house in the upscale Coral Gardens community in Montego Bay, St. James. It was described by National Security Minister Dr. Harris Chang as the largest seizure of illegitimate cash in the history of local police operations. During the pre-dawn operation led by the Narcotics Division with the support of the Joint Anti-Gang Task Force and the Divisional Police, $88 million worth of cocaine was also seized. The main source of funding for criminal gangs is the proceeds from drug trafficking, lottery scamming, arms trafficking, and extortion, General Anderson said on Tuesday. These funds are used to fuel gun violence and murder as they carry out their illegal activities and reprisals. From that bust last week, one person remains in custody, and the interview process continues as part of the investigations. This was a product of quality intelligence and diligent police work. It was one of the largest seizures in our policing history, and I can assure you that while others may not be as large, there will be more. Pointing out that since the start of this year, there has been a significant effort on the part of law enforcement to disrupt activities associated with the international drug trade, Anderson said that over the last weekend, coordinated operations between the police force and its partners resulted in a number of key arrests, as well as a seizure of 200 firearms and more than 5,500 rounds of ammunition. Since the start of the year, there were 59 people arrested in connection with the illicit trade. More than 184 kilograms of cocaine with an estimated street value of US $9.2 million have been seized, and just over 7,400 kilograms of ganja with an estimated street value of US $19.5 million was seized, he said. For decades, the drug trade has fueled crime and violence in our country. Just like scamming, it is driving acts of violence, spreading death, mayhem, and pain in our communities. Scamming continues to be one of the major drivers of violence in the country. Much of the senseless killings can be directly attributed to conflicts among scammers who sometimes hire gunmen to carry out their killings, he said. Over the weekend, the Jamaica Constabulary Force and the partners embarked on a series of coordinated operational activities targeting scammers and disrupting criminal activities. We took 48 people into custody and arrested 37 of them on reasonable suspicion. 8 wanted people were charged, 16 motor vehicles, 21 electronic devices, and 16 lead sheets were seized. These operations are ongoing and will be a feature of our policing activities, Anderson said, adding that $5,000 and 1 million Jamaican dollars were seized alongside 2.4 kilograms of cocaine. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.